Good morning, Bozo and Beret here. Today is the anniversary of my precious son's murder. Anyway, check this out before I start. Look at this. This is the landscape of the Snowy Mountains in Australia. The Monaro Plains. It's just stunning. Under the tree in my garden. Having said all of that, I do love Australia. I used to love Australia to the point of defending it. I defended it as a Commonwealth soldier. Defended the Commonwealth anyway, for 2 decades. And even as recently, it might not seem recent to you, but in 2003, after the Bali bombings, I put my life on the line again and went back to serve alongside Australian Special Forces, the SAS, and New Zealand Special Forces, on an anti-terror program, because I could not believe what terrorism is capable of. So there we go. Since then, we've had the COVID debacle and lost many people. Not just to the cold, the sniffle, but to the interventions, much like Harrison. Huge hemorrhagic stroke. I know it. All my friends know it. I'd like to thank all those who are awake and my friends who are healthy and well for their support over these difficult years. I'll name a few first names. I don't want people to be identified, but you know, my next door neighbour, Janelle, comes to mind immediately. She knows what's going on. Bernie, my brother-in-law, he knows what's going on, and his family. Joshua, he knows what's going on and has fought against it like me. Peter, Kenny. There are many of us that remain uninjured and very healthy. Thank you guys for doing what you've done and not acquiescing. Even my own family acquiesced. I wanted nothing to do with them. They didn't even ask a question. That's all you needed to do, was just ask a question. I understand that people were forced, but many people that were forced asked the question. They were coerced. Anyway, as far as I'm concerned now, I have no allegiance to Australia ever again. I will not put myself in the funnel of death again like I did in 2003, where I spent months getting the living crap kicked out of me on learning defensive and offensive techniques, hand-to-hand combat, weapons drills, all of that sort of stuff. I wouldn't do it again. Nor would I serve in the fire brigade again, as I did. Saved lives, hundreds of lives over my career. Never again. Most of the fire brigade watched their colleagues get sacked. I've never seen such cowardice in all my life. Innocent Christians singing the national anthem, saying the Lord's Prayer, were attacked. Long-range audio devices, gas, assault rifles, even snipers. Don't tell me it didn't happen, because I was there. I saw it. Anyway, most of this nation stood and clapped and cheered as the cookers were attacked. So, any notions of mateship? A fair go. And the Anzac spirit died on that day. The truth about the vast majority of Australian character came out on those days. They're all those things that I just mentioned are myths. They're myths that most Australians hang on to because they've got bugger all else. Most European Australians, there's no real history. So, what they do is they turn unmitigated defeats into glorious victories. 3 examples of recent years: Vietnam, defeat; Afghanistan, defeat, run away; even Gallipoli, defeat, turned into glorious victories. Well, probably one of the few nations on the planet that can do that, but you need to. You've got nothing else. Nothing else for me. I'm done. I have a handful of friends, and that's all I need. I'm really happy because I remain pure blood, and it'll stay that way, I can tell you. Winston Churchill once said, "This is not the end, nor is it the beginning of the end. It may just be the end of the beginning." And he also said, "Never in the field of human conflict has so much been owed by so many to so few." Well, I'd like to sort of rearrange that a little bit and say, never in the field of human health has so much evil been done by so many to so few. I'm nothing but contempt for anyone that continues to follow this narrative. Contempt. And I shall just watch and smile as people drop off the perch. Okay. Stay happy. Stay positive. Be ready for anything. Utronique paratus, as the parachute regiment said. Mens sano in corpore sano. Army Physical Training Corps motto. Mind, body and spirit. Maintain it. And in arduis fidelis, the motto of the British Army, Royal Army Medical Corps. Faithful in adversity. Something most Australians can't do but should learn from. See ya from the Snowy Mountains.